starting the live stream again. Let's hope it works. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully I'm back online again with some better signal and Wi-Fi. So we're at Vegan Campout 2025. So yeah, here at Vegan Campout 2025. Yeah, I just tried live streaming a bit earlier, but the signal wasn't great at all. So we've come to a new spot, and yeah, hopefully we'll try again. So yeah, welcome to the stream. I'll be live streaming for a while now, just showing you exactly what's going on at Vegan Campout here at 2025. So hey Mel, hey Steve. I am now by the bar, which doesn't really help you because there's lots of bars. The bar next to the main stage. So next to the big queue of the coffee stall at the moment. Yeah, be good to come and see you. So yeah, Vegan Campout, there's loads of stuff going on here this weekend. It's a weekend festival celebrating all things vegan. We've got some amazing speakers doing speeches in the main stage and in the education tent, all things animal rights and vegan related, about vegan businesses. And yes, there's talks all throughout the day, all across the weekend. We also have a music festival tent as well. So there's lots of music acts and performances going on there. And we also have lots of stalls selling various merchandise, clothing, jewellery, anything you could possibly want, there's probably here. And yeah, the food stalls are incredible as well. And so yeah, we're not sport for choice, yeah, in terms of what food we can have this weekend. Hey. So yeah, have you ever been to Vegan Campout, heard of Vegan Campout, or are curious to come along? The Vegan Campout is at a place called Bygrave Woods. It's in between Luton and Cambridge in the UK. And if you have any questions about being vegan at all, please do drop them into the chat. I'll obviously reply to sensible questions, curious questions. So yeah, we're getting started now on the stream. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Vegan Campout 2025. So yeah, also what I've put in the video description is something I'd encourage everyone that's on this stream at the moment to do. It's a link for a 3-minute movie to watch, and it's a reason why so many of us are here today. It's called, well, the link is called 3minutes.wtf. The link is in my description. And I encourage everyone to go to that link, watch a 3-minute movie, and maybe hop back on and let us know what exactly you saw on the 3-minute movie. So you say, why should we go vegan when I love burgers? So the good thing is you can have vegan burgers. This place has so many food stalls with vegan chicken burgers, vegan beef burgers. Hello, hello. Joined.
Hello.
I am. Here we go, here we go.
We're a bunch of preachy vegans.
What's going on?
So you probably know Mel and Steve, and where's you on Calvin here as well.
Hey.
So yeah, we're just getting started. Got 30 people in the room at the moment.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
Nice.
if there's anything you want to say,
John
grab
as
the
well.
mic. John's here as well.
You've got 5 animal rights activists in
Live
one
stream at the moment.
family.
Yeah.
Aren't you vegan yet?
Yeah.
Aren't you vegan? This
What's going
entire
on?
place is literally vegan, which is amazing. This is the future. One day the whole world will be vegan. So catch up, don't be left behind.
Yes. What we got going? Oh yeah, I couldn't see the white arrow.
All the comments coming in now.
Yeah, all the comments saying.
You don't have to get too close to read it.
On our live streams, all you can see is like,
yeah.
it's so
No,
You
close.
know what I'll do? I'll go on the live on my phone, and then
good
I'll be able to
idea.
read the comment section. It'll be easier. Then we can share the comments.
Yeah.
Double tap the screen, see what happens. If you're non-vegan, double tap the screen.
Oh my gosh, something actually magical happens when you tap the screen.
That's unreal. If you double tap the screen, I can't believe that.
That's crazy.
It's mad.
Do you think everyone should try it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone should
double
try
tap the
double tapping
screen.
the screen.
Keep tapping the screen.
Not
Something happens.
sure what it does.
I might go vegan. Change that to you go vegan right now because the animals need you to be vegan.
If you
Someone
check,
said, where are you guys streaming from? Where are we streaming from?
The future.
so yeah, we are at Vegan Camp Out 2025. We are here in the UK, a festival in between Luton and Cambridge, and it's a place called Bygrave Wood. So you can still come down, you can still get weekend and day tickets. We're here all until, hey, another fellow live streamer.
What's going on, everyone? Smash that like,
Oh my
hit
God.
subscribe.
I didn't recognise you in this hat. I was like, who's this
It's undercover.
Oh, I nearly
Okay.
knocked it off. Sorry.
I've been trying to get this hat for ages.
So here with loads of incredible animal rights activists.
I told you they're so good.
Let's see what it looks like.
See?
Come on. That does look
So out of your vegan cravings, you can still get the same taste food, but you don't have to involve animals in the product. So here, especially like Vegan Camp Out, you can get all these lovely vegan foods. You can get beef burgers, chicken burgers, but without the animals. So you can have all these equivalent foods that give you the same taste, and you get them from all of the supermarkets as well. So you go down the plant-based aisle, the meat-free aisle, and you pick up burgers, sausages, bacon, and you get that same taste. So you don't have to give up anything. All you're doing is not exploiting and using animals for food. And also your taste buds do change as well, so you get used to the new food. So yeah, things like cheese, you can just try vegan cheese and you'll get used to that flavour sensation. But also, taste doesn't justify a reason for killing animals when you can just eat plants as well. So if you have any questions about being vegan, what to eat,
You've got
please drop them in the
plants have
chat.
Feelings. You've got plants have feelings too.
Plants have feelings. Oh yeah, just come that.
Carrot rights activists. We got carrot rights activists in the chat. I want to see your carrot rights activist signs, please.
Yeah.
Select or hit one in the comment section if that's a ridiculous argument for still abusing animals.
It's more expensive. Vegan products. It's okay for you, posh stuff.
So yeah, let's debunk the expensiveness.
Yeah, keep
So
it back.
there was a study actually that compared supermarket shops between meat products, animal products, and plant-based foods, and actually plant-based foods were 30% cheaper on average in a supermarket shop. But in the same way, yes, you can have vegan meat alternative products, and you can have meat products, and you pay as much as you want to pay for those products. Pretty sure when you go to a supermarket now, you can get a really, really cheap steak or a really expensive one. And that goes the same way for vegan products. You can get cheap vegan food and more expensive vegan food, but you don't have to also eat the vegan alternatives. You can eat just whole food plant-based foods, things like beans, legumes, tofu, tempeh, seitan, that gives you high protein, delicious foods, without the same cost that you might believe. So yeah, cost is definitely not an excuse, and you know, a lot of us here don't have a lot of money, and that doesn't mean you can't be vegan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Body bodybuilding. Who will I get meat? Wait. Body bodybuilding. Who will I get meat benefits from vegan products? Oh, I think that's how will I get meat benefits from vegan products. So when you talk about
Bodybuilder?
yeah, I can help you here. So listen, your body as a bodybuilder, you need nutrients. You don't need certain ingredients. If you can get your nutrients from plant-based sources where there's no victim, that's always going to be the moral and ethical choice. You shouldn't make your gains based off of someone else's loss. That's immoral, it's unethical. It's a little bit of inconvenience for you to just type into ChatGPT, go into Google, use an app like Chronometer, put in your height, your weight, your macros, put in your micros, put in everything you want and say, where can I get this from plant-based sources? Because I don't want to be responsible for the individuals going to slaughterhouses. Super easy. To give you a little starting point on this question though, something like tofu, which has all amino acids in there, something like seitan, which is super high in protein, low in fats. These are two really good protein alternatives to switch to straight away, but urge you to watch Dominion and get your why should I be vegan first, because when you get the why, you get the ethics, and then the how's, like how do I get my protein, always comes second. Good question, and I hope you take that on board and go vegan.
Yeah, and just to echo about the Dominion, so there's also, watch Dominion, watch The Land of Hope and Glory, but in the video description there's a link to a 3-minute movie, and you can watch exactly what happens to animals and why a lot of us are vegan today is just from a 3-minute movie. So, you know, if you can join the live stream, you can join and spend 3 minutes watching this film.
Yeah. Someone's put, I don't eat animals except chickens.
Good day, mate.
So what is it about chickens? Why don't you eat other animals? Yeah, it'd be good if you could explain your reason at the moment.
Oh, sick, Black Panda. Okay, thanks. I'll do some research about this and see if I can go vegan as a bodybuilder.
Absolutely.
Yes, Black
So
Panda.
also, what I'd really recommend you watching is a documentary called The Game Changers as well. It shows a lot of bodybuilders, athletes who are thriving in their sports and obviously getting all the nutrition they need. If you look at a lot of the different sports, athletes in the top of their game are all or can be plant-based. So you've got Novak Djokovic, tennis player, he's plant-based. You've got Lewis Hamilton, he's vegan, was at the top of his game in Formula One. And you've got also here this weekend, we've got Patrick Baboumian, a German strong weightlifting champion. Look him up and you can see that you can be strong, you can be athletic and thrive in all areas of sport without exploiting animals. Yeah, welcome to everyone that's just joined the chat. So yeah, we are at Vegan Campout 2025 in between Luton and Cambridge here in the UK. We're here all weekend. There's so many things going on. We've got tents with speakers of lots of different animal rights and vegan companies. We've got lots of stalls selling really nice vegan food and drinks, as well as clothing and other merchandise, jewellery. Yeah, hundreds of stall holders. We've got bars, lots of tents with lots of music as well. We've got comedy acts. So yeah, there's so much going on this weekend.
This is a good topic here. Mika has put, is there vegan options for pets?
Yes.
You,
Do you want to
Yeah.
do the pet? Mel's good at
Yeah,
pets.
so there is vegan options for pets or companion animals. So both of our doggies are on a plant-based diet. It's actually proven that dogs live longer on a plant-based diet as well. That's from Dr. Andrew Knight has proven this. They have less hazardous health issues and they live longer. Our doggy, who we had before we were vegan, used to eat animals and he had so many allergies. He had red, raw, itchy skin, diarrhea, and the moment we switched him onto a plant-based diet, his allergies went. He used to have injections every month as well for his allergies. Now he doesn't have any of that. His coat's shiny, they're both healthy and they are absolutely thriving. So if you are wondering about any plant-based dog food, check out the Just Be Kind website. We personally use Solo Vegetal for our doggies, but there's loads of different options on there as well. And also check out Omni as well. They do all the pet food as well. So yeah, that's a really, really good question. I like that question. There you go,
brilliant.
ready?
Yeah, so do look up Dr. Andrew Knight and his amazing research on cats and dogs. I think you'll find it really useful. So yeah, I see a comment, why should I be vegan? So I think one of the most powerful things you can do to answer that question is to watch a 3-minute movie that's in the video description to this YouTube live. It's called 3minutes.wtf, and that will explain many reasons in just 3 minutes why a lot of people are vegan. But ultimately, we can live and thrive in this world without exploiting animals. We don't need to harm animals, we don't need to enslave them, we don't need to genetically modify them, to breed them, to put them into factory farms and send them into slaughterhouses just for the sake of a meal when we don't need to. All of us here, thrive off eating plants and not supporting any sort of animal cruelty, animal suffering, animal exploitation. So if it's a choice of exploiting an animal, enslaving them and sending them into a slaughterhouse, and a choice of just picking something else up off a shelf, whether it's food or clothing, surely a more compassionate thing is to be vegan and to say, no, I'm not going to cause any animal suffering, exploitation or harm. I'm going to be kind to the animals instead. Was you vegan at Cambridge? I didn't go to Cambridge University, but yeah, Campout is in between Luton and Cambridge. So I was vegan for 5 years. What made you go vegan for those 5 years out of interest? And for any comments that are above that, yeah, feel free to repost them because, yeah, I may have missed them. Hey, Red Smoke, yeah, just saw your pig farm video, nice video. Yeah, I mean, there's so many of these farms throughout the country and throughout the world where pigs are just enslaved into these horrible conditions. They're packed tightly together and ultimately they're sent to a slaughterhouse at 6 months and they're lowered into a CO2 gas chamber where they'll suffer and burn from the insides. Their eyes will burn, their lungs will burn, and yeah, they will suffocate to death. And that is how 90% of pigs are killed in the UK for pork, for bacon and for sausages. And you can still have a roast on a Sunday. You can have either just a plant-based roast, so you could have something like a nut roast, or you can have vegan alternative meats. So you could have a vegan beef, a vegan chicken, whatever, vegan duck. You can have all those same taste sensations, but not pay for the animals to be killed.
It gets busy here, doesn't it? Interesting comment here from Mimo. It's not about stopping eating animals, it's about stopping the suffering. How can that work? You can't have that without the suffering.
So it's not about stopping eating animals, without stopping. So how would you eat an animal without them suffering or being exploited? Like, animals are bred, enslaved, and then killed as their babies. So chickens are 42 days old, they're 6 weeks old. Pigs are 6 months old and sent to gas chambers. And sheep are the same. So lambs are 4 to 6 months old and they're put into gas chambers. So yeah, at the end of the day, animals are bred into existence and sent to slaughterhouses as babies for food. So there is no way that you can eat animals without causing exploitation, to harm and killing to consume as a product. But yeah, if you want to follow up and maybe explain the difference or what you think the difference is there. So again, yeah, there's a comment about lions. How can you respect lions as the animals? So we don't enslave, exploit and eat lions, but also lions, you know, they live in the wild, they're obligate carnivores, they're totally different to humans where we have moral agency, we have a choice of what foods we eat. But also, like, there's lots of animals in the wild that don't eat other animals. So rhinos, hippos, you know, they're herbivores and they don't consume other animals. Someone put sheep is not food. I agree, sheep is not food, but a lot of people do consume sheep, so mutton or lamb, animal products, like lamb chops or kebabs. And these baby lambs are 4 to 6 months old when they're sent to a slaughterhouse, where they'll be electrocuted into the head to stun them, and unless it's a halal slaughterhouse, and they'll be strung up by their leg and have their throat sliced. So it was the 3-minute videos. So what changed? Did you stop caring about animals? Did you suddenly have a change of heart that so you thought, okay, it's not right to consume them, to kill them? Why would you go back on the animals? Just trying to go through the comments. Sorry if I've missed a lot here. So, yeah, Black under your comment, but let's say if we go vegan, will the KFC stop? It won't affect them, animal suffering will keep happening whether I go vegan or remain the same. So all of these businesses, all of the products out there in the market today are all a result of supply and demand. So as the demand for these products grow, then the production of it grows. More animals will be enslaved to grow. However, in the opposite then, when people say, no, I'm not going to support animal cruelty and abuse anymore, the demand then drops and the supply then drops. So for example, you know, if we all started eating more vegan burgers or other alternative products, you know, KFC as a business wouldn't be able to operate in the same way, because if you're breeding millions of chickens to be killed, but you're not selling that product, then, you know, the business is not viable. So we're shifting now to a place where we are eating more vegan alternatives or just plant-based products, because we don't need animals to die for the sake of a meal and taste sensation. So yeah, just for anyone that's recently joined the stream, so we are live at Vegan Campout 2025. We're at a festival in between Luton and Cambridge in the UK. We've got so many things going on for the weekend. It opened on Thursday, so we've got a main stage with lots of really good speakers from animal rights activists to people that own vegan companies like Bosch. We've also got comedians such as Sarah Pascoe here as well. We've also got a music tent with lots of performers who are obviously vegan as well. And we've also got an education tent with lots of speakers talking about animal rights, the movement, and being vegan. Activists like David Ram, Cliff Grant, Sasha Jolliffe, Tom Harris, Paul Bashir. There's lots of different activists speaking here. And then aside from that, we've got so many stalls selling food. We've got hundreds of food stalls here serving all the cuisines you could ever imagine, as well as other stalls that are selling products, so like merchandise, clothing, jewelry. Most businesses that you could probably think of at a festival are here, and yeah, there's I think between 6,000 and 10,000 attendees. So which part of the UK you're in? So yeah, we are in between Luton and Cambridge, so northeast of London. So what is your diet for muscle growth? So at the moment, eating mainly sort of whole food, plant-based foods. So things like tofu, tempeh and seitan are very nutrient-dense, high-protein foods. And I usually mix it with things like chickpeas, kidney beans, black beans, and just having, yeah, a fair amount of protein, which you get from plants, and just eating a bit cleaner. And then also going to, yeah, working out in the gym, and yeah, just, you know, having a nice clean diet, but none of that involves animals. You don't need to consume animals to build muscle, as Steve mentioned earlier from the bodybuilding perspective. Yeah, I mean, have a look. Yeah, Sarah Pascoe, she's brilliant. So this question, is a plant a living thing? Yeah, I mean, please reiterate what you mean by that question. You know, it's an organism, but doesn't have the capacity to feel, doesn't have brains, doesn't have pain receptors. So very different in that sense. And yeah, it's lovely weather here. It was, yeah, no worries. Yeah, it was absolutely awful last night. There was thunderstorms and yeah, a lot of rain. But today it's yeah, it's a brand new day. It's absolutely lovely. Hope everyone's got their sun cream. But yeah, if you're tuned in from Vegan Camp Out, please do come and say hello. Located at the bar next to the main stage. Yeah, next to the big line of the coffee queue. So if you're at Camp Out and you want to come say hello, please do. Yeah, and yeah, Jack's, but yeah, vegan food is good for muscle growth. Absolutely, absolutely. All protein comes from plants in the first place. So there's a question, cow milk. I don't know if that relates to the previous question about diet. I think it probably does. So no animal products at all. So no meat, no dairy, no cheese, nothing. So milks nowadays, you have so many different milk alternatives. So you have things like almond milk, oat milk, soy milk, pea milk, macadamia milk, hazelnut milk. You know, the list goes on. So you can have so many different milks that are, you know, healthy for you, and some of them have higher protein. That does not involve the process of cow's milk. And just to reiterate what cow's milk is, you know, why do cows make milk? Well, they make it for their young. So cows are artificially inseminated. Basically they'll take the semen from a bull and insert it into the female. The female will become pregnant, and then they will give birth to their calves. If the calf is male, they will take the calf away, and the calf will likely be shot within the first week or sent for the veal industry. Because in the dairy industry, males are useless because they don't produce milk. And then females, once they're old enough, will end up being separated from their mothers. The reason they're separated is because the milk that the cow produces, same as humans produce, you know, milk for their young. Cows do the same, but instead we take that milk from the cow and package it up to supermarkets instead of the milk intended for their young. And then once the young female calves are old enough, they'll then go through the same cycles of forcible impregnation. And then usually between 3 and 5 years, the cows start to decline the amount of milk they're producing, so they become not as profitable, and they're often known as spent in the industry. And then from that, they will basically send those cows to slaughter, often for things like cheap meat to be used in things like cheeseburgers. I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, do you feel bad killing a plant? So as I said, plants don't have brains, they don't have pain receptors, they're not sentient beings, so plants don't feel pain. And if they did, that's still a reason for being vegan, because of the billions of crops that are produced and killed to feed the animals that we then kill. And yeah, so there's a question about honey. So no, don't eat honey. Again, that's an animal product. So bees produce honey for themselves. They use it as food sources, and instead humans take those food sources from the bees and they replace it with a less nutrient-dense, sort of sugary, starchy solution, which is not as good for the bees. And essentially, yeah, they will take the bees' food that is intended for them, and we take it for their own. And also, in this industry, they often clip the queen bee's wings so that they have to stay in the hive. And yeah, a lot of bees, you know, when they're not productive anymore, often they're sort of gassed out and burnt through. So no, we don't need honey. You can have agave or maple syrup instead. Sorry, still just trying to go through all the various comments. I'll try and get round to them. I sell meat, but I don't eat it myself. It's my only way of income. People go vegan. I stop with my own eye. I've seen something. So yeah, just curious. What is it? Is it in like a restaurant? But yeah, and I guess, like, could you make your business just selling vegan food? Macadamia nuts milk is probably one of the best out of them. I haven't actually tried macadamia milk, but I do see it on the shelf quite a lot. Hey Marcos from Brazil, thanks for tuning in.
Maybe I'll try it. Just go try it out.
Wait. Gotta do one back.
So after being vegan, so I'll jab your comment. So after being vegan for 5 years, all I can tell you, try it out. But for me, the community is like a cult. Powerlifting felt amazing because of the carbs, protein. So yeah, I guess like you're admitting there, like the from a health perspective, like powerlifting felt amazing, protein easy. So like being vegan as an individual is easy and it's beneficial for you. But in terms of the community, you know, I'm sorry to hear what you may have experienced, but you know, most people are vegan because of they don't want to support, you know, what happens to animals and the way that we use and exploit them. And yeah, I'm curious of what happened in the community, and maybe they were disruptive. Maybe, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, like a place like Vegan Camp Out, like you're surrounded by so many incredible activists, and everyone here is so friendly and so welcoming. And yes, yeah, so someone put, are you vegan? Yes, I am vegan. I've been vegan for 4.5 years. I watched a documentary called Earthlings, and you can watch a similar documentary if you've got just 3 minutes to spare. In the video description to this video, there's a link to 3minutes.wtf. You can watch a 3-minute movie what summarizes a lot of what these documentaries go through. And in just 3 minutes, you could have your life changed. So I'd highly recommend go to 3minutes.wtf, go to the link in my description. It's completely free, and feel free to jump back on the chat once you've watched it. And no, activism is activism for people without jobs. No, most of us here all have other jobs. You know, we do this in our evenings, in our weekends, in our spare time, and you know, you can be an activist as much or as little as you want. You can, you know, if you've got an hour to spare a week, brilliant. You can go out to the streets, you can do stuff online, and if some people that might have the luxury of more time on their hands, then they'll probably do more activism. So there's a comment here, do you think it's more important to be vegan than it is to try and collect money for charity for starving and malnourished children? So you raise a really interesting point. Obviously I'm advocating for what happens to animals. You know, it's the biggest injustice in the world by volume of animals. And the thing that's really interesting, so we can grow 92 billion land animals and feed 92 billion land animals, but yet we are struggling, as you mentioned, we are struggling to feed 8 billion humans. If we grew all those crops and fed humans directly instead of for feeding animals in this system, we'd have far more food and land to feed the world. So yeah, I think the comments have skipped down a lot, but yeah, feel free to put any other comments in there. I mean, yeah, thanks for the comment, Jab. I mean, it's good that you still eat vegan. You know, you don't, as an individual, you have the decision of what you make. There's always going to be people around you that make different decisions, or you know, may contradict your decisions or whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, you know, everyone is accountable for themselves and the decisions that they make, and you know that you don't have to, you know, you don't have to be harmful, exploitative. And you can choose compassionate choices every time you have a meal or buy food and clothing. So yeah. So there's a comment here. I watched Land of Hope and Glory just before Christmas 2018, was veggie already, but that was the point of no return for veganism for me. It's an ethical choice, absolutely. I always recommend watching The Land of Hope and Glory. You can watch really, I think quite powerful for people in the UK, because people might see footage and say, oh, that's not in our country. Or UK farms, UK slaughterhouses, the UK food system. So it's stuff that's happening locally. And yeah, I feel like I watched Earthlings, which is a similar documentary, similar to Dominion, which a lot of people also recommend watching. And yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It's like 45 minutes. But if you don't have 45 minutes to watch Land of Hope and Glory, please go to the link in my description, and you can watch a 3-minute movie. If you go to 3minutes.wtf, you can just watch a 3-minute movie and understand everything that happens in those documentaries in a short space of time. So yeah, just behind us we've got loads of vegan activists all rolling up, still going, seeing more and more people turning up.
So much drama happening behind this live stream right now.
The crowd's getting bigger and bigger. Man. The creator meetup's happening now, isn't it?
Yeah. We're all here.
Yeah, a few hours early, but.
Man. If anyone's got any questions
hey,
on any topic.
Live at the moment. How are you?
Live,
yeah, live streaming just about. Hey, how are you?
You streaming now?
Streaming at the moment, yeah.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, we've got David Rams and Cliff Grant that's just turned up as well.
50 people. That's awesome, dude. So, what are you aiming to do, like outreach or something?
Just basically explaining what Camp Out is, why we're here, and and obviously trying to debunk.
How have you even got internet right now?
Bit of a hack.
Oh yeah?
I can fill you in a bit.
Yeah.
Please do. But yeah,
cool,
yeah. Good to have you just got here.
We got here yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But,
amazing.
Yeah, just today we just got here for today's day.
Yeah. Yeah. Much nicer weather today than last night.
Man,
Storms came and.
Yeah, no, yesterday was brutal.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, catch you around. Yeah, we're saying we're all a bit early for the creator meetup, aren't we?
A bit early for what?
The creator meetup later.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's turned up
we're doing
now.
like a mid one now. Yeah. 7.5 hours early. Sweet.
Yeah.
Have you found anyone to outreach? You're going to talk to some.
Just outreach in the comments at the moment, but
Okay.
yeah.
Vegan in there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
I'm really intrigued by
yeah,
this.
feel
I
free
like
to have a scroll, and if you want to respond to any of the comments, please do.
Oh, please
Take the
do.
mic.
Okay, so James, all the rich kids doing absolutely nothing with their lives. This is actually one of the cheapest festivals in the UK, if not one of the cheapest festivals in the world. They actually, because they care about making a difference to the world, they try and keep costs down. But it's, you know, it's tricky these days. Cost of living's high, you know, but they really try. I think they are the cheapest 3-day festival in the UK. Yeah. You know, you can't read Brown Hat. I just read your thing, so obviously I can. Most rich people are cheap. Yeah, maybe. Hey, Red Smoke, what's up? I'm away to get a bacon roll from the shop for lunch. Why are you sharing that? That's just like, that's like a perfectly like very normal behavior that lots of people do. It's not a big celebration to do that. We're just trying to convince people to not make that decision, but you know, it's not something to show off about. Like lots of people eat bacon, you know what I mean? It's not like you're making vegans cry by talking about eating bacon. It's just we're trying to have a conversation about why not to eat bacon, really. And the reason why not to eat bacon is, well, we shouldn't be gassing pigs to death. That's how most pigs are killed for bacon. They actually gas them to death in gas chambers. Not sure if you knew that. Tell the girl behind you she just farted and you don't appreciate it. Excuse me. You just farted and I really don't appreciate it.
David, shut up.
That's what they want me to do. Like, I mean, this is
Why are
like.
you listening to them?
What'd you say?
Why are you going peer pressure?
No, that mic is, yeah.
Okay,
it is,
yeah.
That would be hilarious if he muted you.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, don't push me over.
impose your values on everyone in the vicinity, jerks. Well, I don't need to impose my values on anybody because most people have the same values as me. Like most people are against hurting animals. Most people are against, most people, if I asked anybody here, or actually anybody in England, or anybody in most Western countries, if I asked them, hey, look, do you think it's all right for people to hurt animals for pleasure, because they enjoy it? They'd be like, no. What? No, I don't think people should hurt animals because they enjoy it. And so we all have the same values, and eating animal, eating bacon, or eating cheese, or eating anything that comes from an animal. Well, if you're doing it for pleasure, which is why most people do it, because it tastes good, because it's easy, these things are for pleasure. They're not like for survival. It's not like you're stuck in a jungle or something, right? So if you're doing that for pleasure, there's not that much difference between eating an animal for pleasure and torturing an animal for pleasure. At the end of the day, the animal is hurt and the animal's killed, regardless of whether you ate them or whether you did it just because you got a kick out of it. So, I don't need to impose my values on anybody, actually. We're actually just able to talk to people and, and they realize, honest people realize that they actually are against animal abuse, and so they try to change, and dishonest people will unfortunately try and argue, and you rationalize it and intellectualize it, but you can't actually do that, If you don't eat animals, do you have jobs for them? That's an interesting one, and to give you, no, the answer's no, we don't have jobs for them if we don't eat them. The same way we didn't really have jobs for, I don't know, look at the history of humans, right? And the first ever human civilization always had human slaves, right from the beginning. Imagine if someone said, well, if we don't keep having slaves, we'll have no jobs for them, so therefore we should keep them as slaves. We would never have use that logic then. We shouldn't use that logic here either. If we don't have jobs for animals, it doesn't mean we should just keep on breeding them and then killing them. Breed them, keep them in captivity and kill them, because otherwise we wouldn't have a job for them. We would just stop breeding them into captivity. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple when we look at it that way. All right, I'm gonna answer one more question. So I always find this really funny. You tell me if you find this funny. So sometimes people are watching, right?
Yeah.
And they'll say something that's like, "This is so obviously wrong. This is so dumb. This is obviously what you're saying is so wrong." But have you noticed they never actually? If it's so obvious, then explain it.
Yeah.
Right? But they never do. They just say it's so obviously wrong, and then you're sort of like. Look, if someone said 2 + 2 is 5, I could say, hey, you're obviously wrong, and here's why, because 2 + 2 is 4 because of maths and calculus, and you can go look that up. It's very simple, but it's not so simple in this case because they can't explain it, right? And I've seen there's 2 or 3 people that are like, you're wrong, it's so obvious.
And it's just right at the surface, but okay,
and you're sort of
why?
yeah, okay, why then?
Yeah,
because you are. Because it's different. Why is it different then? I don't know.
And then you unpick that, and actually the argument doesn't exist.
So it's quite an interesting one, but I understand it. It's not nice to hear these things when you think you understand everything one way, and then it turns out that actually it's not the way you thought it was. It's very uncomfortable. So I don't blame them, but it is quite a frustration.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could all do a little more if you don't understand something or something is being shown to you that's new, and you're not fully understanding it. Just be humble and actually be like, do you know what? I'm going to listen a little bit and I'm going to look into this, right?
And that's the problem, because people get their backs up quite quickly even.
Right.
And for something like this, it's like for all your life you've been doing one thing, and then suddenly someone's telling you you're doing it wrong. Right. It's a big thing to actually take back and be open to change.
And it happens to vegans too, though. It's not even just like a meat eater versus vegan thing. I mean, I don't know, dude. If I asked you, I'll put you on the spot. As a vegan, it doesn't even have to be related to veganism, but when was the last time that you were faced with information that made you uncomfortable, pissed you off, but actually you knew that they were right and you had to change the way you thought?
Oh, that's a good question. Without being in the...
It'd be outside of veganism, just something that just to give people an example, because it's, they think that it's us versus them, but it's really not.
Yeah, I
We're
guess
all going through it.
in the sport and health industry, so working out at the gym, and I feel like there's so many ways of saying this is the routines you should be doing, this is how to gain muscle, and then someone comes in with the complete opposite information, well no, you can't be wrong, thousands of people are saying this, you've got to be wrong, but actually when I tried that other thing, it worked out so much better, and it took me a while to be like, okay, fine, I'll give it a go, and then actually you learn something new, and only until you have that open mind to do it. But it's don't always trust the mainstream and what you see, because actually that isn't always the best source of information.
Totally. I had a similar one with health and fitness. I always was like, if you want to get bigger, if you want to be big, you have to get bigger. You got to eat a bunch of calories, you got to lift the heaviest weights, you got to get big. And then I saw someone online who, after doing this for a while, I put on 20 kilos of weight, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm doing it, I'm going to get bigger. And this guy was like, hey, if you actually lose fat and technically get smaller, you will look bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's bullshit. No way, you just have to get big. And then I looked into it, and it turned out that like all the guys who I thought were really, really big, they look really, really big because they're actually cutting, right? And like technically when they're bulking, they are technically, if you measure their muscles, they are bigger. But when they're cutting, they technically measure them smaller, but they appear bigger because they lost the fat.
Lean look,
That blew my mind, and it really annoyed me because I'd spent so much time
Yeah,
trying
all
to
that
like
effort and-
put the bulk on, and actually what I needed to do was like put it on and then go back down again,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, and, you know, now I could have just commented saying, "You're wrong, you're an idiot."
That's not the way to do it.
But it's not.
Yeah.
But then that's not. You know, they're right, and I know they're right. It's annoying because I didn't. Now I'm doing the thing that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's why it's frustrating, and I think that's why a lot of people kind of do this in the
I
comments
think
too.
having
They get
that open
angry.
mind
And,
and
they get angry.
question
being told
yourself,
they're
like
wrong.
if you're putting a comment that is that surface level thing, you know, really think about why you're saying what you're saying, and can you even justify it and back it up yourself? Because
Right.
you'll probably learn something just from going through your own thought process and
Yeah.
your own research that actually it might not be what you think it is.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I wonder like what the general like age range of people here is, because like it's quite. I don't want to roast these guys, but like it seems like there can be quite a lot of like immature people. You know, people like seeming like they're trying to win against each other more so than they're actually.
Yeah.
Like they're on here for entertainment and they're trying to like poke fun at each other and poke fun at
Yeah.
you and poke fun at anybody on camera and poke fun at anyone in the comments. And I wonder if that's like. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me wonder. It feels weird, like talking about people that are like literally here. Oh, someone here's 28. That's cool. Someone just roast away.
20.
It's hard to roast you guys when like a lot of you don't you know show your faces and tell us who you are. But that's pretty cool. We've got some interesting. We've got some like 12-year-old here, 20-year-old, 28, 35. That's cool. It's nice that you guys are talking about this. 10-year-old. I am 10, and Alex has been messaging me for photos. Dude, they're so nasty.
Honestly.
That's such a like sick thing to say, guys. Come on. 32, 29,
Yeah, sort of
28.
20s,
Ah, we're all in the
general
same.
consensus,
That's
I
cool.
guess.
Nice. We're all in the same bracket. Well, I'm gonna leave you to it. Enjoy,
No, thank
man.
you. Do you want to leave him a final message?
Oh yeah, final message.
For
It's
now.
not. It's not. I'll leave it here, like guys. It's not us versus you. It's not vegans versus meat eaters. It's not like this is. I'm playfully like roasting a few of you guys because you were like playfully roasting, and it's like it's fine for us to have a little back and forth like that. But at the end of the day, I don't hate any of you, and I would hope you don't hate any of us. Like all vegans, I don't know about other vegans. All I'm trying to do, and I'm sure you're trying to do the same thing, is just make the world a better place and try and help animals. I don't know why that means that you've got to hate on us, and I don't think us hating on you actually helps animals at all. So, you know, we can all mess around and we can all have a bit of fun and stuff and like poke fun at each other, fine. But at the end of the day, I hope you actually, you know, listen a little bit and think about the things that are being said after all the jokes and after all the poking fun, and actually think about, like, would you like to see a better world for animals too? Like, what have they done to anyone to deserve, you know, abuse and violence, right? I mean, we're just exchanging words, but the reality is like they're actually being abused every day for our decisions. So, you know, it's good for us to like try and change that. So I hope you guys will consider doing that. Listen to what he has to say, listen to what other people have to say here today, and you know, think about doing something about it. At least go and look into it and don't just cast it off as silliness, because it's not silly. But you know, we're actually trying to do something good here, and you can be part of that. Imagine that. Imagine having something really that means something. You could do something that really means something for the world, and really have like a purpose in life that's bigger than you, it's bigger than anything. You know, it's life and death. So be part of it, guys.
And do you want to drop your social media
Oh, yeah,
so
sure.
people can give you
Yeah,
a...
come and check me out. I'm David Rams. You can come check me out on YouTube. Losing my words. Also Instagram, Twitter, David Rams.
David
Come on,
Rams.
say hi.
Go say hi and subscribe to David Rams.
Yep.
Killer activist, great
Thank you.
activist, wonderful activist. Same with Alex. Smash that like button, hit subscribe. Come on, guys, let's go.
Cheers, David.
Apparently, I look like I'm from Australia, mate. How's it going, guys? Have you hit like yet? Have you? There's 56 people in here. If I don't see more people smashing like, I'm gonna start dropping people out of the stream here.
So how are you finding the weekend so far? Do you want to say
I'm
a few
a
words?
little bit hyper, I'll be honest. I'm
How strong
having
is your coffee?
some coffee right now, and no, it's been a great weekend, honestly.
getting
Sorry
started.
for kicking David out of the stream, but I'm sure he doesn't mind. It's been great, honestly, guys. If you've never been to a vegan campout, I highly recommend you do. Look, you'll meet so many like-minded people. As you can see, look at all the people here, and this is just one little spot here. So many like-minded people here, so many people that you can get in contact with, people that want to do the same thing as you and push the game for animal rights and there's no more noble cause, right? And you can see what kind of groups that you can join and get interested in getting involved with. Also, if you guys haven't heard, I'm sure Alex has mentioned Project Livestream. We're going out on September 26th, guys. Get active, join us. We will transform the world with this Project Livestream, I promise. We're bringing people out live to slaughterhouses, guys, live to slaughterhouses. It's on YouTube. If you want to get involved, if you're someone who really wants to start getting active for the animals, because they need us, guys. They really need us. Go to, it's at Mel and Steve. We have a group there. We can help you get 50 subs, right? And we can help you get involved. Jung Wong. So I used to work in slaughterhouses, actually. I'm an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. I used to work for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. And I saw things that Jung Wong that I think if you had seen, you might change your mind and opinion on eating animals. I don't believe in eating mother cows either. Work with your Nature 420. It's 2025, actually. You're stuck in the past. It's time to move away from that, and we can very easily move away from eating animal products. Sorry, just
You carry on. You carry
stole
on.
over your stream here. Yes, positive vibes, guys. Come on. We need to change the world. You know that pigs 6 months old are put into CO2 gas chambers. If you can imagine lighting yourself with a lighter. That's how it would feel if you were burning yourself over a flame. That's how it would feel. So why would we do that to innocent baby pigs? Why would we breed them into existence? They live in these disgusting sheds. Most of them do, anyways. But even if they didn't, guys, it's just about the view of animals, viewing them as commodities. As you can see, look at these are all vegan activists. Actually, they're all vegan activists. We're all out here just fighting for the animals, guys. There's no ulterior motives. We just want to see a better world for everybody. Yeah, well, the workers would die, dummy. No. So they're put into gas chambers, work with 420. I encourage you to watch. There's a documentary called Dominion the Movie. It's on YouTube. It shows you what happens with the animals. It shows what happens to them in gas chambers. And we have undercover footage, actually. There's a movie recently it exposed here in the UK. It's called Pignorant. You can find that on Amazon Prime. It showcases exactly what takes place with the poor pigs and the gases and what they go through. And I don't know if that makes it sound like something, putting living beings into gas chambers. You can kind of take with that what you will. Also chickens. Chickens are put into gas chambers as well, guys. Actually, I would say it's probably the majority now. Old when they're put into gas chambers. 42 days. They are genetic freak shows. So if you've ever seen how small they are and how fast they can grow, that's because they've been selectively bred to grow so fast they can't even carry their body weight. They're basically cyborgs, guys. They're cyborgs. Like I mentioned, crumbling over their body weight. They suffer from diseases, parasites, pathogens like E. coli, Salmonella, Campylobacter. I mean, I can go on for days. I'm an ex-slaughterhouse worker. Work with Nature 420. I encourage you to go educate yourself. Look into these things. You don't have to believe me, but at least go look at these things and see for yourself the facts. Facts. I'm an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. Facts. I worked for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency for 15 years, and I used to test these animals. I used to go to the laboratory with their bodies, and I would test them for things like E. coli, Salmonella, Campylobacter. And that's not all. That's just the pathogens, right, that we don't see, that have to be tested under a microscope. You think about other diseases like cellulitis, all the respiratory diseases, all of them are going to have respiratory disease, almost all of them do. Pigs, for example, will develop coughs about, Canadian, yes, hello. Yeah, so it's like, guys, again, it's 2025. We do not need to be doing this. We can very easily move away from this. And this is just one place right here that shows. Place is 100% vegan. There's 10,000 people here. and we're all doing pretty fine. I've been vegan for 12 years almost myself, and it's been no problem. I dropped my ego, guys. That's what I did. That's all it was. You don't have to do anything else but drop your ego to live vegan. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are vegan. Drop a 2 in the chat if you are considering it. Orb, can I ask you a question, a serious question? Tell us what it was like the first time you killed an animal and who you killed. Just mention the experience of it. You mentioned you feel bad. The Empress vegan, awesome. Jenna, listen, we can help. Jenna, if you go to challenge22.com, we have plant-based dietitians. Black Panda, we have plant-based dietitians that can help you guys move towards a plant-based diet, and then maybe you can guys consider, like Alex, myself, and a whole bunch of us to speak out. P for Paco, awesome vegan, that's amazing. My guns are right there. Those are the only guns I need, bro. But anyways, I thought I'd give Alex a quick break. Yeah, so I asked people to put a 1 in the chat if they're vegan, 2 in the chat if they're considering it.
Cool.
That's what Chip showed me. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that works. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see if we stay on the Wi-Fi or not. Yeah, if you're still on, please do comment if you can see me and hear me now, or if the stream is still frozen. Please let me know. It's working again. Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, good to be back. Sorry about that. The Wi-Fi was very intermittent. But yeah, good to have everyone back. Apologies for the dropout. So yeah, I was just saying we've got lots of content creators here at the moment. A few people live streaming. A lot of people doing the talk. So the Empress says it's working again. Big Snake says it's frozen. Yeah, if I could get a latest 12:15 UK time, what's going on? I can try and test it on my other device, but the internet isn't doing too well.
Are you still connected?
I've had to quit my live stream and go back onto it, but...
Or the VCO public one, is that what you're on?
It was the Starlink one, but they've password protected that now.
VCO public, I guess you got to pay for that.
Yeah. Damn, they caught on.
Can you go?
Cool. So yeah, we're back. Yeah, I can see we're back now, which is brilliant. Everyone's coming back into the room. So thank you. Yeah, thanks to the Empress for just letting me know there. So yeah, we're at Vegan Camp Out 2025 for anyone that's just joined. We're here all weekend. We're at a location in Bygrave Woods. It's a big festival place, and it's in between Luton and Cambridge in the UK. And we're here basically, it's a vegan festival, so all the food's here, all the drinks here, everything is vegan, all the merchandise, clothing, everything. We've got some big tents. There's a main stage for lots of big speakers and performers. We've got a music tent as well, which is yeah, we've got lots of performers, things like Mobius Loop and Dippy Bamba and lots of other artists. In previous years we've had JME, we've had Feldy, who's a rapper. He's just in the background of this video as well, and yeah, lots of artists. And yeah, we've got hundreds of stalls serving food, merchandise, yeah, clothing, whatever sort of standard festival stalls are, to be honest. But yeah, the food is just incredible. There's so much choice to choose from, and yeah, any sort of vegan alternatives will be here. So you can get burgers, hot dogs, you know, pancakes, sushi, just all foods are here. So yeah, the whole festival is vegan. And if you have any questions about being vegan, please do drop them into the chat. And also in the video description, there's a link to a 3-minute movie. And this 3-minute movie has changed so many people's lives. So if you have just 3 minutes to spare, it's completely free. The link is in my video description. The link is called 3minutes.wtf. Yeah, the link is in my description. Please go ahead and have a look. But yeah, if you've got any questions about being vegan, please do let me know. So yeah, I can flip the camera around just to show you a little bit of what's going on. Because of the signal, I can't move too far away. So we've got a bar area here. Behind that, we've got 2 stages: music stage and the main stage. Then we've got some fairground ride and then all the stalls. We've also got other activists live at the moment, so Mel and Steve are live as well right now. We've got Feldy as well there, he's an incredible rapper. And then, yeah, we've got all the stalls around. There's the education tent there in the middle. So yeah, there's a huge site, and there's there it is, Vegan Camp Out. So yeah, thousands and thousands of people here. A lot of people who are here aren't actually vegan. You know, they may have come with friends or family that are vegan. And a lot of people go vegan after this weekend as well. A lot of people, you know, come to a lot of these talks. They listen and meet other compassionate people and realise that actually they don't want to contribute to animal suffering and exploitation any longer. And yeah, you put Mackie D rules, you can get a McPlant. So you said, I'm getting ready to eat a sausage, egg and cheese sandwich. That is delicious. So the good things is that here you can get, and everywhere else in the UK, you can get vegan versions of that. So you can get vegan sausage, vegan egg, vegan cheese, and you don't have to pay for the cruelty and exploitation towards those animals. So you don't have to pay for animals to be enslaved and then forced into gas chambers for the sake of a meal. So you have some of the brands for, let's say, the sausages. You've got This Isn't, you've got Richmond sausages. There's so many different brands of sausages that you can get in supermarkets. Egg-wise, you can get Just Egg, you can get Cracked. There's also a really good way of making an egg using tofu, make a tofu scramble. And yeah, that's a great egg equivalent. So yeah, just a comment on gas chambers. So yeah, I can reiterate what I mean by gas chambers. So for people that don't know, there's different ways that animals are killed for food in this country and around the world. Gas chambers are used to gas pigs and also chickens. So pigs, generally they're 6 months old, and they are taken to CO2 gas chambers. They are lowered down into these crates of CO2, into the chambers rather, and they will start burning from the insides and suffocating to death. And it's the same thing with the chickens. Chickens are about 40 to 42 days old. And so 6 weeks old, these are babies, and again, they're sent into these crates and lowered into CO2 gas. Their lungs burn, their eyes burn, and they suffocate to death. But the good thing is you don't have to pay for animals to be forced into gas chambers. Yeah, Joseph Thompson, egg is not vegan, same with cheeses. Yep, so, but you can get vegan versions of it. So you can get the same taste as cheese and egg, but without having the animal involved in the product. Made from plants, made from, you know, coconuts and other various plants. So a comment here, what's going on? So we're at Vegan Camp Out 2025, and yeah, it's a place in between Luton and Cambridge in the UK. And yeah, we're here to celebrate all things vegan, and yeah, we've got lots of other content creators live at the moment, but yeah, we've got stages where lots of performers will be on, and I can reel off some of the artists at the moment. So we've got Bosch, who are a vegan brand. They're doing a speech. We've got Sarah Pascoe, who's a comedian. We've also got Kip Anderson, who's a film director of Cowspiracy and What the Health. We've got Josh Franceschi, who's from You Me at 6. We've got Dale Vince from Ecotricity, and also Forest Green Rovers Football Club. We've got Matt Pritchard, also known as Dirty Sanchez. We've got Mobius Loop, Zachary Bird, Alexis Gautier, who's a chef. He's a French chef in France. You know, French cuisine typically is in animal products, and he actually converted his restaurant to be completely vegan. So he makes vegan versions of all the existing things that would have typically come from animals. So if a French can do it, you know, there's a lot of people that can do it as well. I've also got Hench Herbivore, also got Patrick Baboumian, who's a German stronglifting champion. You know, check out some of his work, and also check out The Game Changers. So you can watch a documentary, I think it's on Netflix, called The Game Changers, and it shows you lots of high performance athletes in various areas, whether it's weightlifting, sports like the NFL, basketball, Formula One, and it shows you all about these, how they get their nutrition, and all from thriving from eating plants. And if you have any questions about that, please do drop them into the chat. Oh. Just reading through the comments. Will, sorry, I'm just trying to read this, the screen's quite bright. Yeah, I agree, Lambretta. There's, you get a lot of comments on live streams, you know, some good, some bad, some in support, some against. But yeah, curious of where, you know, people's opinions come from, you know, of the comments that people do make. Why is it that you're saying that? So please do let me know. Reported for misinformation. What misinformation are you referring to? Please let me know. Yeah, I do need moderators, but the unfortunate thing is all the moderators are also live at the moment right now. So yeah, around us we've got lots of other content creators and other areas around the festival site. So
yeah, touched on a really good point.
So Hannah, I don't support vegan. Why is that? What is it? So, you know, maybe if I take back what being a vegan is someone who respects animals and doesn't want to exploit them. So you're saying you don't want to respect animals and you want to exploit them? Please explain. Hey Alex. Yeah, hey everyone who's just joined. What percentage of the world do you reckon is grass vegan eaters? I mean, I don't have the stats. I'm pretty sure you could Google it. I would imagine between 1% and 3% are either vegan or vegetarian. But at Vegan Campout, at least 70% are vegan here. So why, it's a question here from Ryan, why all the fake meat foods instead of just eating meat? Like, why still eat foods that look and taste? So yeah, it's a good question. But essentially, first thing is, a lot of the foods that people eat now don't make sense to what they are. For example, a hot dog isn't a hot dog. But anyway, so a lot of vegans will go for those vegan alternatives that look the same and taste the same purely from like familiarity, struggle to say that word, and because it's convenient, so people can have the same meals that they have before being vegan. They go to the supermarket and say instead of picking up beef mince, they pick up plant-based mince. Instead of picking up a chicken breast, they pick up a vegan chicken breast. So you can have the same foods with the same flavour, the same taste, but without paying for the animals to suffer. So yeah, how strictly vegan are you? So like in terms of strictly and vegan, like there's no sort of spectrum. You're either for exploitation of animals or you're not. So in terms of being vegan, no, vegans don't consume honey. Honey is a product of bees that they make for themselves, and humans take that honey, replace it with a less nutritional solution. Bees are then gassed and burnt, and also they clip the queen bee's wings in the process of keeping the queen bees at the hives. So you know, honey is another form of exploitation for bees, with taking their food and using them. But ultimately, vegans are against that in the same way we're against taking, you know, milk from cows, we're against taking eggs from chickens, we're against any form of using animals for our own benefit. So there's a question here, why don't vegans eat cheese? So maybe I can just explain what cheese is and how it's produced. So obviously, cheese, dairy comes from dairy cows. And cows are forcibly impregnated. They're inseminated using a metal rod with bull semen that's taken from them as well. The female cow is then impregnated. They'll go through months of pregnancy and then they'll give birth. When they give birth, the cows, the babies will be taken and separated from their mothers. If they're males, they will be sent to slaughter or sent to the veal industry. And if they're females, once they're old enough, they'll go through the same cycle of exploitation. They'll go through maybe 3 to 5 years of forceful impregnations, producing milk which is intended for their babies, and once they stop being producing milk, they become they're not profitable for the industry, and that's when they're known as spent in the industry, and that's when they're also then taken to slaughter. So dairy cows only live to 3 to 5 years old when they could live to over 20 years old, and that's because we take the milk from them for things like dairy, for cheeses, for yogurts, and that's why you know, vegans don't support that in the same way that we don't want to send animals to slaughterhouses for meat. We don't want to send it for any of their bodily secretions.
Here we go. Right, here. 100% polyester. There you go.
So yeah, apologies for if there's any background music, but the music's just starting up now at Vegan Campout. Why are you so proud of being vegan? Like, why do you need Why do you feel the need to tell everyone what you eat? So we are the only voice that the animals have. Animals can't speak up for themselves, so we have to for them. Billions of land animals and sea animals are killed every year for the sake of a meal unnecessarily. Animals are forced into gas chambers, they're shot in the head and have their throats sliced when we can just eat something else or wear something else. We have to stand up for these 92 billion land animals that are being oppressed, or the trillions of sea animals and fish that are being oppressed. Someone has to speak up for them, and we know that we can build a more compassionate world that doesn't involve enslaving and caging animals. Just trying to read through the chats, so apologies. Just trying to scroll right down to the bottom.
What justifications have you trolls got? Not that non-vegans, but the non-vegans, you know, you're in that on no state potentially. So, for the trolls in the room, what's your weak excuses for continuing the violence towards animals? Let's see if you've got any excuses. I bet you haven't.
So yeah, sorry, just sort of skip to the bottom of the chat now. So yeah, if you've got any questions,
How's
please
your
do
chat
put them in.
doing?
24, 22, 32 at the moment. How's yours going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, got lots of trigger people, but
Love it, love
lots of
it.
people listening too. So yeah, be the person who listens and who is open-minded, rather than the person who's writing emojis, like meat emojis, or being triggered. Like, we're just normal people who are just trying to protect animals. That's what a vegan is. Like, we just don't abuse, we don't oppress animals, and you can do the same. If I saw this live stream when I wasn't vegan, it would have made me vegan for sure. Because I always loved animals, but I just didn't know any better.
Just needed someone to tell you.
Yeah, so giving you the opportunity, you have a
Exactly.
right to know. This isn't about clashing with you, it's about, hey guys, the industry have lied to you and it's not okay, and what they do to animals is not okay. Let's change it, let's change it.
Here's a basic biology.
So we've got, yeah, Mel and Steve are currently live streaming at the moment. If you don't follow them already, yeah, it's Mel and Steve. Yeah, give them a follow.
Colours than a carnivorous animal. It shows you're not carnivorous. You see in more colours so you can identify different minerals and nutrients in fruits and vegetables.
Hey, Alicia.
Whether we have a 7.2 pH, we're not acidic, we're not alkaline.
Now is doing 2 lives.
We're
Yeah.
not acidity.
Yeah, we've got lots of creators here at the moment. Yeah, a lot of people obviously going live and just jumping onto each other's streams. It's great to have some guests on and great that we're all together. Yeah, it's brilliant to all to be in one place. And yeah, so we're just for people that have just joined, we're at Vegan Camp Out 2025. We're in the UK. We're at a place between Luton and Cambridge. We're here all weekend. If you're nearby and want to come, you can still get a day ticket for today or tomorrow. You come enjoy some amazing food, amazing music, really passionate speeches as well. So I highly recommend coming down. Great stalls as well, selling lots of merchandise and clothing. The weather at the moment is fantastic. It wasn't as good as yesterday. But yeah, highly recommend it. And yeah, if you haven't been before and you can't come this year, please go next year.
I'm just a selfish, heartless person, and I don't care. I actually only love dogs. I'm the most species human on the planet, and I'm going to continue to eat cows and chickens and pigs and love dogs, and I don't care. I am that.
And for anyone that's just curious about being vegan, so I've mentioned it earlier, but in my video description, there's a link to a 3-minute video called 3minutes.wtf, and you can watch just 3 minutes about what happens in the animal rights. Well, not in the animal rights, in the animal farming and the production of animals, how they're enslaved, how they're farmed, how they're sent to slaughterhouses. You can do it in just 3 minutes, and you will learn, and it could possibly change your life. And in the same way, like I watched Earthlings a few years ago, and it changed my life. So in the same way, you can watch a full-length documentary, watch The Land of Hope and Glory, but otherwise, you can just take 3 minutes out and watch it. Sorry for all the spammers. Gotta love them. Hey Andrew, vegan for 14 years, best decision I ever made. Please watch Gary Yourofsky's speech. Yeah, go on YouTube, look up Gary Yourofsky's speech. Yeah, best speech you will definitely ever hear. Look up some of his other work. He's just started Instagram again, and he's doing lots of outreach with Anonymous for the Voiceless. Yeah, check it out, and check out the links in my video description as well. There's a link tree to lots of documentaries. You've got obviously The Land of Hope and Glory is specifically a really good one, especially if you live in the UK. And other documentaries like Dominion, Earthlings, Game Changers, Cowspiracy. There's so many things you can watch and you can educate yourself. But if you don't have the time, there's a 3-minute video with the link in my description, and you can check that out. So yeah, we're at Vegan Camp Out, and if you've got any questions about what Camp Out is, why we're here, who goes to it, name's kind of in the title, but yeah, we get a lot of non-vegans coming to Camp Out and who go vegan whilst they're here and afterwards, because they listen to a lot of the speeches that are being said. They're really passionate talks from animal rights activists and people in the animal rights movement and in the vegan movement. There's a lot of big vegan companies here as well. So Bosch is doing a headline speech. We've got other brands here. We've got Just Egg, Meatless Farm. There's loads of other foods that here you can come and try. So yeah, Vegan Camp Out. Check it out. You can have a look online at what it is. Vegan Camp Out. It's in the UK, and yeah, there's just so much going on. The music's just starting up. We get some really cool performers. We've had JME in the past. We've had Feldy, a rapper, in the past. Yeah, some really good music. It's a cheap festival as well compared to most other festivals in the UK. Yeah, there's multiple tents, lots of music going on. There's also a jungle area, and the things going on like in the nighttime, raves, if that's kind of your thing. So yeah, there's something for everyone here, and the food is just incredible. There's every type of food you could possibly want, obviously all vegan, and yeah, you will not be disappointed. That's cool, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, if you're nearby, come down, you can still get day tickets. But yeah, if you have genuine, I'm here to help and to sort of answer and debunk any questions that you might have about being vegan. If you've got friends and family that are vegan, or you know someone that's vegan, like, what is it that, like, why are you maybe not vegan if you know about someone that is vegan? Like, what is it that's stopping you? What challenges do you foresee? What concerns do you have? Have you watched a documentary before? Have you seen something that's made you think twice? Please do drop them in the chat, because I would love to, answer some questions that you have, like genuine questions. I've been answering quite a lot this morning. I've had some guests on answer some questions as well. So it could be about anything. It could be about nutrition. It could be about the animals. It could be about farming. It could be about this festival, whatever it might be. Yeah.
Go vegan, go vegan, go vegan, motherfucker!
Got some live music going on right behind us. So yeah, I'm from the UK, from the south of the UK, and yeah, we're here in between Luton and Cambridge in the UK at the moment. So that's just northeast of London. Was it cold last night? So for a lot of people, because there was a thunderstorm, there was rain, most people's tents got at least a little bit wet. A few people were sort of bailing out water this morning, but I'm not camping. I'm in an Airbnb, as I think I planned it quite well. So I feel a bit smug saying that. But a lot of people love the camping experience, so good on them. Hey everyone that's just joined, hi Nutella. So yeah, what is it about being vegan that you don't know about? Why are you not vegan? What's stopping you from being vegan? And being vegan is just meaning that you're against exploiting animals. You're here to respect animals and not treat them as an object or a commodity. Why would you not want to align with those values? Why would you want to exploit and pay for animals to be put into gas chambers when you can just eat something else? We can all thrive on eating plant-based foods and wearing clothes that don't involve animal skin, fur and wool. Again, because they taste good, but you can get the same taste from foods that don't involve animal products. So here, obviously we've got hundreds of vegan food stalls, and you can get them you know, vegan foods in supermarkets. You go down the aisles, you've got meat-free aisles, you've got plant-based sections, and you can get the same products essentially, but without the animals. So you can get vegan chicken breasts, vegan burgers, vegan steaks, vegan fish, vegan tuna, vegan sausages, vegan whatever it might be. You can get. A lot of people saying no, you can't. You can, of course you can. Go to, you know, Tesco, Sainsbury's, go to those aisles. They have those same products, and you don't have to obviously have them. You can get the same flavors from plant foods like tofu, tempeh, seitan. But the fact is, even if they're not quite the same, even if they're, you know, 10% different, you're saving the life of an animal. You can, as an individual, save 200 to 300 animals a year just by you not eating animals and consuming them. So just because of a tiny, tiny difference of taste, that doesn't justify an animal to be forced into a gas chamber, to be burnt to death, or have their throat sliced and shot in the head, when we can respect animals and not exploit them.
Let me show you my hang on. I got a picture of me protesting.
So does taste justify murder then? You're saying, you know, taste is still a big indicator. So would you eat other humans because they taste nice? Would you eat babies, human babies, because they taste nice? Would you eat your pet dog because they taste nice? The fact is, taste does not justify the life of an animal. Jeff's saying we don't send animals to gas chambers. Sorry, Jeff, but we do. We really do. In the UK, 90% of all pigs are sent to gas chambers, CO2 gas chambers. You can look it up on DEFRA, on the government's website. This isn't just, don't take my word for it. Have a look on DEFRA, the Department for Environmental Rural Affairs. And they do that for pigs and they do that for chickens. So they lower them into CO2 gas chambers where they get lowered down to these chambers and they will start to burn from the insides. Their eyes will burn, their lungs will burn, and they will suffocate to death. All for the sake of an unnecessary meal. So yeah, if it tastes it, so you're happy with putting baby humans and dogs into gas chambers just because it tastes good. Is that what you're saying?
You can do anything in the animal brain. And check this out. Here in Vegan Campout, you're going to buy a ticket to come here. We've got 148 people to Vegan Campout for free through the phone. So check this out.
Yeah, exactly. Chicks are 42 days young, so chickens are babies. They are babies. You know, I've stood outside many slaughterhouses in the UK, and yeah, these are baby chicks, bred to grow as quickly as possible in just 6 weeks, and they're loaded into CO2 gas chambers. Chickens that can live years and years old. Same with pigs. They're killed at 6 months old. Vegan diet is unnatural for humans. You know, what research have you got for that? The fact that actually studies from years and years ago show that we were far more plant-based eating than meat eating. Like in the last 100 years or 50 years, meat eating has suddenly skyrocketed due to factory farms. We eat far more meat now than we ever did in the past as hunter-gatherers. There's a study of the gladiators that showed that they were primarily vegetarians. They'd never have meat before any fights or anything. So actually, you know, things in the past is pretty unnecessary. But also unnecessary in terms of the argument, because actually it shows that we ate far less meat in the past. But also the studies show from the British Dietetic Association, from the American Dietetic Association, shows that a plant-based diet is suitable for humans throughout all forms of life, from infancy to adulthood to old age. So again, don't just take my word for it, you can research this yourself. How do you know they are in pain? What qualifications do you have? I'm pretty sure if you saw a dog on the street and you saw someone kicking it and you hear that dog squeal and kind of, you know, retract, pretty sure you can tell that they're in pain and not enjoying that experience. So if are you telling me that you can't tell the difference if you were to punch an animal, you think that they don't feel pain? That's pretty sick. Again, happy to address genuine questions, happy to address them.
And I've seen a lot. I've seen things that you couldn't even comprehend.
Sorry, I've really scrolled to the bottom now. I know there's a lot of comments coming through. So yeah, just scroll to the bottom now. So yeah, comment where we don't eat dogs. Not in this country, but yeah, China, Korea, they eat dogs. India, they don't eat cows, for example. So just because of things happen in society that might seem as a norm, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's moral and ethical to do. You know, people in this country love dogs. They're your pet dogs. You know, they're your part of your family. The idea of having a dog sent to a gas chamber would probably be horrific. Yet it's fine on the other side of the world. So just because things happen some places doesn't mean that it's. What you should think about is it moral to do so, no matter where you are? Is it moral to force an animal into a gas chamber unnecessarily when there are options and alternatives that exist? This guy thinks eating dogs and horses is fine. Like, why would you want to harm and oppress animals? What is it? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand why you think you're openly admitting that you're happy for animals to be gassed to death, to burn from the inside, to be shot in the head and have their throat sliced. If you were in their position, how would you feel? If you're on your way to a gas chamber, would you want someone just laughing at you from the outside? Or would you want someone to come and save you? And I don't mean that just off the surface level, oh, how would you feel? Genuinely, if you were in their position and you're about to be killed, what option would you prefer? To live or to die as a baby? In the same way, would you send your, 6-month-old child into a gas chamber? But we are not in their position? No, because we are enslaving these animals for that, because we have built this system on exploitation. But whenever there's an injustice in society, we have to look at it from the oppressees, the victim's perspective of why we are doing something. You look at other social injustices, for example, women's rights. We have to put ourselves in the position of a woman that doesn't have rights, and what is right and moral going forward. Do women deserve rights? That's the sort of mentality that people had. In the same way, we look at slavery in the past. That was a norm in society. That was a fairly normal thing for people to do. And until people start putting themselves in their perspective and empathise and actually say, oh no, that's wrong to do, that's when society changes. So now when we're talking about animals being forced into gas chambers, we look at it from their perspective and realise that that is not an ethical, moral thing to do. So again, all these comments, I'd highly recommend watching just a 3-minute video in my video description. If you're on this live stream, you're commenting, you've got time to look at this 3-minute video, you can hop off and hop back on. It's 3minutes.wtf. You can check it out, and you potentially will have your life changing, as it's changed so many other people. So many compassionate, open-minded people have watched this video and then realised that they don't want to support animal suffering anymore. So please check out the video link in my description. So I've just seen a comment very quickly about plants. Plants are living beings, they're living organisms, but they don't have pain receptors, they don't have sensory the capacity to feel pain and suffering like animals do. And if they did, that's still an argument for veganism, because of the billions of crops that are grown to feed animals to be killed. That's still an argument for veganism. Like, what's so crazy about the idea of just leaving animals alone? Leaving them to live their lives as they would do before we enslave them and put them in cages? What's so drastic about that? You've lost your instinct as a man. I mean, standing up for victims and speaking up, standing outside gas chambers, standing up and speaking to people in the streets and trying to defend these innocent victims. So yeah, Ryan, your point about gladiators, what's your point? It's called progress. Exactly. You're exactly right. It's about progress. We've progressed from the fact that we don't need to eat and enslave animals anymore. We have progressed as society. This festival exactly shows us how far we've come, and that we don't need to use animals for our own benefit. That literally is a reason for veganism. We shows how we have progressed. You said it yourself. Again, I've already just addressed the plants situation. They don't have brains, they don't have pain receptors, they don't have the capacity to feel, they're not sentient beings. What's stopping you from being vegan? What's stopping you? What challenges do you have? What concerns do you have? Genuine questions like, I'm here to help you. Alex, do you take supplements? So occasionally I take a multivitamin, but generally no, I get all my nutrients from plant-based foods. I think generally everyone probably could benefit from something like a multivitamin. Vegans, non-vegans, you know, it just helps you get everything, especially in the winter months. But yeah, I get everything from a plant-based diet. And you know, I've had blood tests that show all my indicators be thriving. And obviously cholesterol way down, because we're not getting cholesterol as a vegan, as a non-meat eater. Meat, you know, you're eating the body of someone else. You're consuming that cholesterol. Vegans don't do that. Yeah, so Andrew, your comment, how long have you been vegan? Doesn't look like you're dying of protein deficiency. Check out those vegan gains. Contrary to what some other people are putting in the comments, which is quite funny. So yeah, I've been vegan for 4.5 years. I'm in best shape of my life. You know, eating plant-based foods now, whole food plant-based foods. You know, you're dropping saturated fats, you're dropping cholesterol, and you're improving all of your vitamins, minerals from eating plant foods. Never been healthier. Comment about smelling baby sheep cooking. So lambs 4 to 6 months old are sent to slaughterhouses where they're shot in the head, or stunned using prongs, and then they'll have their legs tied up and they'll have their throat sliced. 4 to 6 months old, these are baby lambs. You know, lambs that you see out in the field. Some people say, oh, they're cute and cuddly, and at the same time you're paying for lamb products and send them into a slaughterhouse. So how are you supposed to maintain a healthy diet on a budget whilst vegan? £5 3 meals. So yeah, as I mentioned a bit earlier on, so there was a study that showed a difference between like a weekly supermarket shop of a vegan versus a non-vegan. And the vegan eating primarily like whole food plant-based foods was actually 30% cheaper on average on a weekly shop. And like I say, like people have the choices when they go to supermarkets and restaurants of what sort of foods you eat. So in the same way, when you go to a supermarket, if you're buying a meat product, you could buy a really cheap steak or you could buy a really expensive one. And you have that same choice when you have vegan products. You can buy expensive vegan mock meats, or you can buy cheaper versions, or you can buy whole food plant-based foods, things like tofu, tempeh and seitan, high protein dense foods, but actually they're really cheap and really nutritious. And things like beans, legumes, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils, you get all these amazing foods that are really, really cheap and have long shelf lives. So actually, yeah, it's a good question, but you can be vegan on a very, very low budget. Hey Becky, thanks for the comment. Hey Daisy. So yeah, I've been vegan for about 4.5 years, and it was after watching a documentary called Earthlings. And for anyone that hasn't seen Earthlings, it's similar to a documentary called Dominion and similar to The Land of Hope and Glory. And it shows you exactly what happens to animals in various industries, so whether it's the food industry, the entertainment industry, the clothing industry. And it just changed my life. And I'd urge everyone to watch The Land of Hope and Glory or Dominion or Earthlings, or if you only have 3 minutes, there's a link in this video description, and it's called 3minutes.wtf, and it's a 3-minute video showing you exactly what happens to animals. And yeah, it turns a lot of people vegan, and I'd highly recommend everyone to do the same thing. So there's a comment from Louise, I am pescatarian at the moment. So what's your reason for being pescatarian? So if I'm understanding correctly, you're not eating land animals' body parts, but you are eating sea animals' body parts.
So this is something that you can have from yourself. You go vegan today.
So what's an example of plant-based food you could buy? For example, Aldi that's high in protein. So in Aldi, I shop at Lidl quite a lot, which I think is quite similar to Aldi. They do really cheap tofu blocks. You get like 2 tofu blocks for £1 or £2. Yeah, they're high in protein, but also if you combine some bits of tofu with chickpeas or kidney beans, you're getting multiple protein sources and at a really cheap cost. And otherwise, in other supermarkets, you get some things like seitan and tempeh, and you can combine different types of products together, and it's a really good way of getting your nutrients in, getting your protein in, and yeah, it's a really good way to do it.
Years ago, we didn't have the education, the knowledge, and also like the food options. We have so many now, but I'd argue even eating
So yeah, so comment, what about the bees? Explain what you mean about the bees, and maybe an answer, instead of, I could explain a little bit, but also maybe a far greater one. So the bees comment, especially from the avocados, whatever it might be, really good debate from Piers Morgan with Joey Carbstrong. So I'd highly recommend maybe drop out the stream, check out Piers Morgan versus Joey Carbstrong, and they talk exactly in detail about the bees. Yeah, we don't need to oppress bees like we oppress other animals and exploit them. Like humans have bees that we then use as commodities. We take the beeswax, we take the honey from the bees that are created for themselves. It's their food, their food stores. We replace it with a sugary, starchy solution, which is not obviously optimal for bees. It's less nutrient dense. And bees are then gassed and burnt through when they're no longer usable. And they also clip the wings of a queen bee so they stay in the same place. So still just going through the comments. So omega-3s, so yeah, happy to address the omega-3s. So you can get omega-3s from plant-based sources. So for example, protein, let's change that to something else. Protein comes from plants. People eat protein through plants and through animals. Animals are just the middleman because they're eating the animals are essentially the middleman to that. And in the same way, so omegas, you can get omegas from algae, from sea life, well, not sea animals, but things like seaweed and algae. You can get those omegas directly from them instead of getting it from the fish. So the fish eat the algae, and that's where they get their omega-3s. So you can just go direct to the source. You don't need the middlemen in each of these situations for protein or omegas. We've got a lot of activists turning up, which is brilliant. It's great to see so many people coming over. So yeah, just drop back to the bottom of the stream as well, the comments.
No, I was just saying on your point.
So yeah, no other shellfish either. So any living being that has the capacity to feel, to experience emotions, and there's studies that talk about clams and oysters in this situation, and we don't need to eat them. Again, there's a comment here about vegan diet being unnatural. Don't just take my word for it. The British Dietetic Association, the American Dietetic Association, the biggest boards show that a plant-based diet is suitable for all forms of life, from babies, infancy to adulthood and old age. And a lot of people here have been vegan for decades, and they're thriving, and it's living proof. So you don't need to take my word for it. I've been vegan 4.5 years, and in the best shape of my life. Not true, false claim. Google it. You don't need to be it. You can look up this all yourself. You can look at the British Dietetic Association, you can look at the American Dietetic Association, and you can look at this stuff for yourself. There's really good documentaries as well. There's a documentary called What the Health. It was on Netflix. Highly recommend watching What the Health. And it just shows you what is kind of contained within each food, all the nutrients, how to yeah, it just explains at a very deep level of all the different nutrients and different types of animals. But you know, you can do research, look at peer-reviewed studies, not studies funded by the animal industry, obviously. Yeah, people are here, living proof. People have been, you know, this guy behind me, I think, has been vegan nearly all of his life, and he's in his 50s. So, yeah, absolutely thriving.
A weak excuse that everyone does that says to the vegans, it's not good enough. If you were the victim and someone says,
So yeah, for anyone that's just joined in,
traffic and someone said petrol,
yeah, if I just turn my camera around. Yes, we got David, the 40-year-old vegan, Mel Steve, got Chris Hines, Cliff Grant, David Rams and Annie were here not that long ago as well.
we are not here discussing if
So yeah,
t-shirt is more
I think Steve and Mel are live streaming as well at the moment.
colour orange over the colour green. We're talking about sentient beings.
Yeah, you can find all my social medias link in the video description. It's alex.activism, yeah, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
This isn't a weak message. This isn't a fluffy signalling thing. Animals are dying in the billions.
Let's comment here, Indian food, why don't you take that vegan day? I mean, Indian food is amazing. It's one of my favourite cuisines, and a lot of it is vegan. A lot of it does have like milk, butter, ghee, but a lot of Indian meals are vegan or can be made vegan very easily. It's one of my, you know, often go-to meals at home is making curries. Make it with, you know, tofu or chickpeas, various types of coconut milk sauces or tomato-based sauces.
What are these other freaking and by the way, if you still drink cow's milk, I got it once in a lifetime. I'm going to send you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Alicia's comment, yeah, David was an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. Yeah, and you know, he wasn't vegan and used to go into lots of slaughterhouses and has a lot of stories to tell, let's say, and now he's, you know, a vegan animal rights activist, and he goes outside slaughterhouses and goes live and from the other side and advocates for the animals now. So yeah, feel free to look up the 40-year-old vegan and drop him a follow and have a look. Comment here, is veganism globally sustainable, or is it just a radical mindset movement alike? So firstly, like, veganism is something that we as individuals take accountability upon ourselves, and where we say we don't want to exploit animals, we don't want to cause them harm, we just want to respect them and leave them alone. So at an individual level, it's just your individual mindset of, do you want to oppress and exploit animals, or do you want to be kind to them? But also in terms of, if you're looking at it on a global level, if the world went plant-based, we'd rewild 75% of our arable farmland. So 3/4 of land that we use today for animal farming, where, you know, forests are sort of cut down, and all of the water use and land use used for animals would no longer be required. We'd only need a smaller section to grow the same crops. So it's very sustainable in terms of how we'd manage as a planet, but as individuals, it's just that individual accountability.
They'll get over who the hell are we to have this superiority complex that we can decide to do that to someone else because they're too defenseless and they're too vulnerable to fight back. It's disgusting. It needs to stop as a matter of urgency.
And being undereducated on the matter is not an excuse. You're hearing it here first time. You can't just walk away and pretend that it's
So there's a comment, low vitamin B12 intake, significant problem in vegan diets, use the exclusion of B12 rich foods, lack of it. So B12 is a very interesting topic because meat eaters, they did a study on meat eaters and vegans, and they showed that also the meat eaters are significantly deficient in B12. And the reason is that because B12 doesn't come from animals, it doesn't come from humans, it's a bacteria that's produced in the soil. And the way that foods are produced nowadays with sort of fertilizers and things like that, the B12 isn't consumed in foods. The reason why some meat eaters might have B12 in the meat is because the animals are fed supplements. And, you know, again, don't take my word for it, you can look this up. Animals are supplemented with B12 as well as other antibiotics. And that's why the B12 in those foods. When you can just get a B12 supplement or a multivitamin, which, you know, I think everyone should have, vegan or not, take a multivitamin, then you're all good. Otherwise, B12 is fortified in other foods, so like cereals, you know, plant-based milks are fortified with B12. So you can actually get B12. And as I said, like myself and I know other people have done blood tests and shows that our vitamin B12 is absolutely fine. There is no deficiency at all. But this is a general health problem. Everyone should be, eating vegetables, eating plants, and looking after themselves. And if you need to take a multivitamin, please do. But yeah, if you've got any questions, please do drop them into the chat. Comment here, bro, get a job. I love that comment because everyone assumes that us as vegans or activists don't have jobs when pretty much everyone has jobs. But also, do you have a job? You're commenting, you're on the same, we're both doing this at the same time. Do you have a job? Not that I care if you have a job or not. It's irrelevant. I'm here to speak up for the animals. Yeah, it's funny. See that comment a lot.
So Mel and Steve started Project Livestream, guys. I don't know if you've heard of it. If you want to get involved, get active, go to Mel and Steve on your Instagram.
So, you can just get B12 supplement. So you can get different brands of multivitamins that show the percentage of vitamin B12. And I think there's a brand called VitaBright. You can get like a whole year's supply in a container, and it's less than 20 quid, and you get all of the optimal indicators from I think 26 essential vitamins and minerals.
This is the time you want to be part of history, changing the face of animal agriculture and the way we do things for good. You got to jump.
So yeah, please do drop some comments into the chat if you've got genuine questions about being vegan, what I'm doing here today. Please do drop them into the chat.
Thanks for defending the animals. Keep going. The animals need you. Love you guys.
Yeah, my battery's nearly going.
Yeah, I just checked it.
Does anyone fancy taking over just while I go to the toilet?
The next one.
Right, I'm just gonna mute myself. I'll leave you in your capable hands for 2 seconds.
Hey guys, vegan camp out right now. As you can see, everyone's eating grass because that's apparently what vegans do. We're all eating grass. You can see all the vegans over there. They're also eating grass. They're lined up for the special grass, guys. There's highly incredible grass and B12 inside the grass that we're eating because apparently that's what vegans do. We eat grass, apparently. That's what we found out on the other live stream. I'm a little bit shorter than Alex, so I'll just be on my toes here. Guys, vegans can lift their legs. Can you believe that? Guys, vegans can lift their legs. We can stand upright. We can put our arms up. We can wear hats. Vegans can actually wear hats, guys. It's incredible. It's incredible all the things you can do as vegans. Jazz. So I'm the new Alex. Jazz is my new partner. I'm taking over. Yeah. So if you don't know Alex, he's incredible. Guys, go and like Alex's like this stream right here. Go and watch all of his videos, like them, subscribe to him, donate to him, and let him grow because he's continued to smash it for the animals. Hey Felix, how you doing? Hey Alicia, I see you jumped over. Guys, if you're vegan, smash 1 in the chat. If you're thinking about go vegan, smash 2 in the chat. We have Mel here.
Hey, we're on this live stream. I love that
We're
we're on
taking
this one
over.
now, and then Alicia's back on as well.
We got vegan. Look at that.
Vegan.
Wow. Guys. It is really,
I love that, man.
Yeah.
That's powerful activism, by the way. Like,
Yes.
Alicia,
Look at this,
all of
look at
you
this.
guys are so bloody awesome what you do.
Yes.
Like going from live to live and just driving the algorithms, helping the animals. It's just so good. Well done, you guys.
We
man.
need guys. We need
Yeah,
it. We need
well
you out
done.
there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to touch your
It's so difficult, guys. Honestly, sometimes out there, I think you guys were talking about it. When you do regular street outreach and you just record and you get the views, but you don't know if it's your echo chamber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when we see you guys in the live streams, it keeps us going. It knows that we have friends. It knows that we
Yeah.
can do this because it can get a little dark, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But when you guys are there and we see the likes, we see you guys battling the trolls, it's really terrific. And
So
look
true.
at Raw Dissidents. Are we going for another timeout?
Yeah,
Oh.
come on, we're doing a minute.
Oh, the
who's
same
in our
one he
live.
hopped over.
There you go. So we're
That's
still,
how much we're triggering them,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
That's how much we're winning, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a vegan world, but we need your help to do it.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Project Livestream, September 26th. Number 3, we're going to be out in front of slaughterhouses, many slaughterhouses we can get to. We want you to join. Go to It's at Mel and Steve on Instagram. Join our community. We'll get you the 50 subs that you need to go live in front of these disgusting hellhole nightmares. Be part of change. Be part of history. You can join us and make change for the animals in such an incredible way.
Yeah, and subscribe
100%.
to this channel, like and subscribe to
Yeah.
Alex. He's an incredible activist.
He's
Yeah.
doing incredible work for the animals. He gets out in front of the slaughterhouses so often,
Yeah.
narrates it so well, and we just want to encourage him.
Yeah.
Share with your friends. Guys, this is the time. This is the time to get active. The animals need our help.
Yeah.
We had how many views on our last
20,000
project live stream?
Oh, 104,759.
Guys.
And more since then. Millions of views on reels and shorts as well.
Think about how big that is. How many eyes see that are non-vegans? When we do these live streams, these are new people coming in. These are people that maybe have not even talked about veganism or heard about it for the first time. And this is what's happening is we're creating it. Like I was so impressed when I heard that someone would switch over to a different live stream and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it's vegans again. What's going on
And
here?"
it's our
Right?
faces again.
It's our
Taking
faces,
over.
yeah, because we are, and we need more of us to do it because YouTube is really valuing this live stream,
Yeah.
this vertical live stream content for some reason. So we got to jump on it, but we need more of us.
Yes.
So that
Alicia,
includes you.
Alicia, the vegan bubble waffles wasn't here.
No.
I came all the way here and they weren't here.
Oh,
But
damn.
I couldn't believe it. 3 years in a row. But it's okay. It's all right.
We're going to get churros tonight.
Do you eat
Vegans in the
chickens?
house.
No, we don't eat chickens. We think that chickens should be morally considered the same as all other animals. What's the moral difference between chickens and dogs? Why would I eat a chicken but I wouldn't eat a dog? If I want to be consistent with my ethics, then I have to be vegan. It's the basics, the baseline.
I don't eat babies either. Like I don't believe in eating babies. They're 42 days old. Sorry. Why would you eat babies? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's horrible. We love animals. We don't oppress them. Do you eat eggs? No, because again, you're oppressing and using animals like a resource.
Yeah.
They are not here for us. In the egg industry, male chicks are blended up alive on day 1 because they don't produce eggs.
Yeah.
The majority of the egg-laying hens go to a gas chamber.
I want to watch other live streams, but YouTube keeps bringing me here. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's your
funny.
sign. That's your
Alex,
sign.
Someone just put
Listen.
they want to watch other live streams, but YouTube keeps sending them back to us.
Listen,
Exactly.
that's your sign, isn't
Yeah,
it? That's
watch
your sign.
Dominion.
It's time for you to watch Dominion the movie.
Yeah.
And after you watch Dominion the movie, you're going to go to challenge22.com because you're going to realize that maybe your actions have been pretty horrible to animals.
They can see
Yeah,
our faces in the last
100%.
live stream. We're like, bye, and now we're like,
Exactly. Watch Pignorant, watch Dominion, watch Earthlings. I mean, maybe just one of them. That's all you need to watch.
Tom's been put it into something more important. Tom, there's nothing more important than ending the animal exploitation that happens all around the world. They have it the worst. They're the most exploited beings, and they're not only exploited, they're mocked, they're laughed. The plight that they face is laughed at. The fact that they suffer in these horrific farms and horrific slaughterhouses and they're mocked for it. There is nothing more important than defending them. And if you were in their position, you'd also see it that way too.
And we'd be there defending you as well.
Yeah.
Think about that. We'd be
Yes.
there defending you. Listen, it's not rocket science, guys. It's very
Yeah.
simple. It's all it is just dropping the ego. That's all you got to do is just drop the ego.
right on the floor and defend
That's
animals.
it. It's so simple. It's so simple.
So, Alex, feel free to take
Yeah,
your
yeah,
live stream back.
I'll stick around. It's fine. So it's at Mel and Steve. Go over and subscribe to them. They're doing incredible work. We got Alex here. Please go and subscribe to him. He's taking a bit of a break, so I'm replacing him. I'm the replacement. So if you guys don't know about my history, I'm an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. I actually used to work for the Canadian government in our food system. It goes without saying that I saw things that nobody will ever see. It's haunted me. I suffer from flashbacks all the time. PTSD, drug, alcohol abuse are very common. I turn to that during those times. Also, hey, David. Well, if we could do lab-grown meat, stuff like that, maybe we could give the lions that instead. But we're talking about what you can do. What we're talking about you can do, David. I'm a David. I've also changed, and I changed 11 years ago because of the things I witnessed. And I always thought we had to eat animals. I never heard of the word vegan, but now you guys are hearing of the word vegan. So you guys know better, right? No, I was the Canadian government, actually, I worked in. Yeah, Ryan, absolutely. So if you go watch the video, there's a video called "What Killing Animals Does to Your Brain." Ryan, how could it not? How could it not affect you? How could it not make you go crazy? Right? Taking lives all day, cutting their throats all day. What do you think that does to people? It's absolutely traumatic when you do that kind of stuff. So, of course, yes, it is terrible. Guys, if you've not hit subscribe, do so. Support Alex. He does incredible work. He's always live. He's always doing it up for the animals. A busy guy. Such an incredible advocate. Ryan, is it because you've killed animals? Is that why you're saying that? That's my guess. That's really my guess. Would you like me to say hi, Willie? Okay, hi, Willie. How you doing? My brother's name is Will, or his name is Billy. His son's name is Willie. Yeah. Guys, let's go. Exactly, Alicia. Thumbs up. Guys, if you're vegan, hit 1. I want to know. If you're not vegan, hit 2. I want to know who I'm talking to, who's here is kind and compassionate towards animals. Corn Grinder. That's a unique name. That doesn't make sense. Maybe come back with something else. Come on, guys. If you're going to come up with some excuses, let's hear some real, genuine excuses. Look at all the ones in the chats, guys. Daljit, why aren't you vegan? What's holding you up? What's the problem here? Don't you care about animals? You want me to tell them about KFC? Well, okay, guys. I know there's a lot of KFC animal eater lovers out there. So if you didn't know, KFC has a real problem with dermatitis. The birds have dermatitis. So as an inspector, when I used to work the lines, basically the entire shift, people would be cutting out dermatitis in their skin. It would embed inside, underneath the skin into their flesh. And so people would eat that shit, and they still do eat that shit, I'm pretty sure. Also, if you look at the pathogens, E. coli, Salmonella, Campylobacter, if you look at foodborne illness globally, this is from the animals you eat because they're covered in their shit. They're covered in their little feces, and you're eating their bodies. They're genetically engineered bodies bred into existence to grow massively huge cyborgs, really. That's what they are. And they're suffering just from being born. Ryan, you can't admit it, right? So you're just using ad hom attacks. That's okay, Ryan. We feel sorry for you. You likely have taken lives and you just don't want to take accountability. But Ryan, I would recommend there's a video, and actually there's someone doing a talk now. Her name is Bite Size Vegan. She did a video on what killing animals does to your brain. I encourage you to watch it if you've taken lives. You can see the mental gymnastics that people will play. They'll claim things that they don't need to look into these things, the mental side of things, but absolutely PTSD is the highest in animal agriculture. Workplace injuries, same with a whole bunch of other things. Oh, I'll say the S word. I don't mind saying the S word, Terry. That's fine. I'm able to do that. Yeah, mushrooms. That's great. Just don't eat animals. Leave them off your plate. Ryan, then you can go. You don't have to be here, Ryan. You don't have to spam me and talk shit, Oh, I said the S word again. Sorry, what's your name? Terry, I'm sorry I said shit. I can't stop saying shit. Well, the animals are literally living in their shit, though. If you've gone to a slaughterhouse, if you've gone to a farm, if you've driven out in a country field, you can smell their feces out anywhere, really. In any country, you're going to smell shit, literally. And that's from, what, cows? From pigs, and we don't need to do this, right? We don't need to inhale feces. We can actually live vegan, and then we wouldn't have to inhale that feces on our drive out to the country. Yes. I have my friend Jazz who's laughing at me on stream here. But yes, guys, if you haven't hit subscribe, you must do so right now. Support Alex. He does such an incredible job out there speaking up for the animals. He has some help too. I know that as well.
We're just going to grab some food. We're not eating yet.
All right, guys.
But we'll be back here.
Cool. All right. Cool. Snazzy. Good day, mate. I'm going to switch hats, though. You can make fun of that hat. Anyways, guys, listen. Go watch Dominion the movie on YouTube. Really important movie that you watch. This is standard everyday practice. It's normal. It's exactly just what takes place. It's absolutely horrible, guys. It's really terrible. It's disgusting. If you can only imagine what it would be like to work in one of these places like I did. Unfortunately, I didn't know the difference, and I should have. It's very naive of me to think that this was somewhat normal. Yeah, I'll show the festival, guys. Look at this. This is 10,000 vegans here.
Yeah, I might do the same soon, but I'll wait for it to come back.
Guys, if you've not attended Vegan Campout, this is the place to go. Vegan Campout, guys, you have to join these community events. It's really important that we support each other. We get around to support each other. I have Alex. Alex is here today. He's thinking about making a comeback, but I'll let him in, guys. Listen, go and support this gentleman. He does so much work for the animals. I can't even say it enough. Please go and support him, subscribe, like, donate. I'm sure there's a Patreon. I hope there's a Patreon available. Or if there's some way you can financially support Alex, that would be wonderful. We'll bring you back in, Alex.
Lovely. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We have a few vegans in the chat. I asked them to hit one.
Awesome.
And,
Awesome.
Some trolling, but that's pretty typical. I think people have a lot of bias and cognitive dissonance going on.
Yeah.
Alicia's here. She's doing a great job.
Yeah,
Alicia.
thanks for all the comments, Alicia.
Yeah,
It's really helpful.
She came to my stream in Toronto.
Oh, wow.
So she saw what was happening on Mel and Steve's live stream. And then she saw me live on the First Project live stream. And then she came to meet me. And that was her first activism
Wow.
event. And then she did outreach right as she arrived too. So
Oh, wow.
full
Straight
circle.
in.
And that's 9 months being vegan. So
That's incredible. That is
Alicia,
incredible.
amazing. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
Supporting and
Yeah.
for everyone going live streaming, it's just brilliant. We've got that interaction all around the world, like whatever country. There's someone hopefully going to be live streaming soon if they're not
Yeah.
already. And
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're doing just a fantastic
And
job
we're
out there.
doing great. Yeah, we're reaching so many people. So guys, I encourage you to get involved in Project Livestream. So we have our next one on September 26th, and all you got to do is just.
Okay, hopefully it's back now. Please let me know if you can hear me, see me, and it's not stuck on its loop. It's just the connectivity. Connectivity here at the festival isn't great. So yeah, let me know if it's back now. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great vegan day too. Back on, brilliant. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, the connection does need some protein, doesn't it? It's pretty shocking around here, but like most festivals, signal, Wi-Fi, internet is pretty terrible. Cruelty-free veal, that doesn't exist. There's a question here, well, do you kill flies driving? So I think there's a big difference in what you're saying there, as you're trying to catch people out. There's a difference between intentional and unintentional harm. We live on this earth with animals, and sometimes it's almost hard to not harm an animal, but where we have these choices in society, so the choices we make for food, for drink, for clothing, for entertainment, these are choices that are intentionally made to harm or not harm animal. If you want to buy a food, like a burger made from a cow, you're paying for a cow to be sent to slaughter. When people, accidentally step on the ground and we kill a bug, that is unintentional. That is a big difference. There's a big difference between enslaving and using animals as commodities versus unintentional harm that you do to animals. There's a huge, huge difference there. So yeah, please do, any other questions that you might have, please do drop into the chat. Yeah, so we're at Vegan Campout for anyone that's just tuned in between Luton and Cambridge in the UK, a weekend full of music, talks, stalls, incredible food. Yeah, it's just it's a dream for anyone who's vegan, but also there's a lot of non-vegans that do come this weekend. A lot of non-vegans come with their friends and their family, even if they're against veganism, but they will come and support. And actually, by the end of the weekend, you'd have had all this amazing food, and you meet so many incredible people. The community here is so supportive and so amazing. And then you go to some of the talks and speeches by animal rights activists, and you learn more about the animals. And often at the end of these weekends, people then go vegan. So you need fish for B12 and omega-3 beta fish. So yeah, I spoke about this earlier. And yes, I am vegan and support veganism. So yeah, B12 is a problem not just for vegans, it's also a problem for meat eaters. So there was a study that showed that meat eaters are also deficient in B12. And the reason for that is because B12 doesn't come from animals or from humans, it comes from the bacteria in the soil. And the way that we grow crops nowadays and fertilizers, the B12 doesn't come through to the food supply. But the reason that people get B12 through animals is because the animals are fed supplements. So I don't know why there's such a stigma around taking supplements for B12 when the animals are fed these supplements and you're just eating the animals are the middleman. So yeah, exactly what Alicia said, animals are jabbed with B12. You know, animals are fed antibiotics, hormones and B12, and that's how people would end up getting them. But why don't you just take a supplement yourself? But also, my B12 is absolutely fine. I've had blood tests and shown that, you know, there is no levels of deficiency at all. So it's, you know, everyone should take a multivitamin if they want to, if they're not feeling like they're getting enough in their diet. Nothing wrong with that. There's, you know, no stigma against it. So yeah, we're just obviously talking about veganism, vegan diets, vegan lifestyle, and happy to take questions like I'm doing into the chat. And sorry if I've missed any comments there. Yeah. So yeah, anything about being vegan at all? Like, just, you know, I'm fairly open. I'll address most questions unless it's just a stupid comment, and I'll just ignore it. But genuine questions, I will happily answer. Whether you're vegan or whether you're not, please do drop them into the chat. Best foods you've had there so far? So I haven't actually had lunch yet today. I'm probably going to get some soon. But yesterday, I had a really nice, it was a hash brown bowl, which had 4 hash browns and then like a 3-bean chili mix on top with some slaw and some cashew cheese sauce. That was incredible. Followed by some very unhealthy pancakes with like Biscoff sauce, Biscoff spread, really sort of messy food. But today I think I'm going to have potentially a vegan burger of some sort. They also have a really good Chinese food stall, so like lots of spring rolls, sweet and sour dishes, vegan prawn crackers and things like that. Mexican food, yeah, I love Mexican food. Again, one of my favorite cuisines, burritos, enchiladas. I have loads of like rice bowls, you know, I just, yeah, absolutely love Mexican food. And yeah, really good vegan options. There's a question about protein variety. So again, like you can get protein, all protein comes from plants, but also you can get protein from different sources. You can get the vegan alternatives, so things like vegan chicken, vegan sausages, whatever it is, vegan fish, but you can also get it from more plant-dense foods, so tofu, tempeh, seitan, very nutrient dense, high in protein, and you can mix a variety. So you can have tofu mixed with chickpeas, mixed with kidney beans. So there's so many different protein sources out there that don't involve animals. Oh, we got Lee as well. Currently live streaming. Anything you want to say to the lovely world out there?
How many of them are out there?
Wow, we've got 24 in the room at the moment.
Nice.
So, yeah, if you want to say a couple of words, feel free, maybe what you do or anything.
Yeah, so, well, I'm with We The Free, representing We The Free at Vegan Camp Out, trying to get people to get involved, join their local teams. If you're not already involved and you want to get active and do some street outreach in your local area, then you can go to We The Free, what is it, activism.wtf, and click the Get Involved button, and then find your either find your local team or sign up as an organizer and start your own local team where you can do the 3-minute movie challenge and just get people to start thinking differently about the choices that they're making after they've seen the footage of what's going on in all this horrible animal factory farming conditions. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
really.
thank you very much for everything. Do you have social media if anyone wants to drop you a follow?
Follow me. Forget We The Free. Follow me.
Yeah, you personally as an
at
activist.
Vegan Leeway, VGN Leeway. Yeah, follow me on social media and let's keep spreading this message, man. Let's end animal exploitation today.
Well said. Well said. Thank you.
I need a coffee.
Enjoy your
come
coffee.
back with the coffee energy in a bit.
Cheers. But yeah, that's Lee, incredible animal rights activist. Yeah, please do drop in the follow. So yeah, we're obviously at Vegan Camp Out. There's so many activists around, and yeah, it's good to get people on the stream. You know, it's good to get people talking. Hey Chip, how are you doing?
Alex.
Fellow live streamer, live at the moment. If you want to say a few words, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Chip.
Cool. So yeah, Chips also does activism. What was your social media? How can people?
That Chip guy.
That Chip guy.
Yeah.
So goes out on the streets, yeah, filming conversations with We the Free and without, and
Better.
there we go. Dialed in now. A few people saying hi, Chip. I imagine, you know, lots of people probably come across Chip streams on the YouTube platform. So yeah, coming all the way from the Netherlands.
Yeah, from the Netherlands. And I finally got boots.
Came prepared.
It was very rainy yesterday, and I went to the store today to buy some boots because I figured it might rain again.
Were you camping last night?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Tent get wet or not too bad?
Oh, the camping was okay. It was cold, which I liked, but the wetness before that, everything got wet. Everything.
Yeah.
Well, I have only 2 pairs of underwear, so. Well, one dried out,
Take care today.
So I have 3, I guess, today. Yeah, I'm right on the surface, so I better not something bad better not happen. I guess I don't know. No accidents.
Awesome.
Not that accidents happen. Nothing happens, yeah.
Yeah. Anything you're looking forward to this weekend?
A lot of good food, a lot of good talks, but mostly just meeting people. Huh?
Yeah,
It's nice to
it's
see
been.
people.
Yeah, we had like loads of other creators here about half an hour ago. Like, got loads of people: Cliff, David, Mel, Steve. Like,
Oh, they were here?
they've all gone to get food. But yeah, this is our little live stream patch. So
Nice,
that's all
nice.
their stuff there
It's
as
nice
well.
that you're showing everybody the thing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to when the sun gets bright.
Yeah, it's difficult to read anything, huh?
Chip and David in Amsterdam this week.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a bit annoying that you have to pay for the Wi-Fi. I think like that's a little bit of the hell are they
Yeah,
doing?
although you get it with the trader Wi-Fi.
The trader
With
Wi-Fi.
We the Free, which Jazz
I'm
or
gonna-
Lee
I
can
have to
definitely
get
help
the
with.
password, yeah.
Yeah. Are you planning to do any content? I know you did last year. You did some filming.
Well, I might. I was thinking of showing a little bit of what camp out is like. So I was thinking maybe tomorrow I film a little bit some of the food, some of the
Yeah.
people, kind of what it's like to sleep in a tent.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
if
a good
people
idea.
know how it's like to sleep in a tent. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do.
No. But at least it's holding out at the moment. The weather's
Yeah.
much nicer today, and
Yeah, it is
Get that
better
sun
today
cream on.
for sure. Oh yeah.
Might have to top
What
up
are you
in a
doing?
minute.
Just interviewing people for the
Well, yeah.
interacting
I
with
mean,
the
at the
amazing
moment, just sort
community.
of going through everyone on the comments. To be honest, yeah, going through just outreaching the comments and seeing what a few people are going to go vegan
Are
after
people
tuning
who are
in.
not vegan in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, feel free to comment if you're not vegan, just so we know how many people are not vegan on this stream at the moment. Hello. How are you?
How can you not be vegan?
I am
What the
indeed.
hell?
Yeah. You be on it if you want.
Is it not fair? Do you think animals are objects? What's going on there?
So, question for you, Chip. Opinion on meat eaters?
Opinion on meat eaters. Well, depends on the type of meat eater. If you know that you're supporting needless animal exploitation and you know that you have other alternatives and you're just doing it because you get benefit from it or you haven't bothered looking into it, not a good thing, man. Not a good thing. You need to do better, huh? Like, you can be ignorant, but you can't be selectively ignorant. That's not a good thing. So opinion
Exactly.
on meat eaters. If you know that you have alternatives, it's bad. You can choose otherwise.
So I don't know how long we're going to be, so I think we'll leave
Classic comments coming through.
Classic comments. Opinion on religion that requires animal sacrifice. Don't do it. Religion means nothing. It's just something we invented.
You warmed up now. I'm going to go back.
Yeah. Don't.
Okay, I
Screw
might
religion. Don't get
some
anything.
as well in a minute. But
We're taking quite a while to get over there, so you'll probably see us on the way over.
You can't force your ideas on people. Yeah, exactly. Religion forces their ideas on people. All we're saying is animals deserve rights. That's it. If you don't think animals deserve rights, then you know what? Fuck their rights. Do
Yeah.
whatever you want to them. Who gives a shit about animals, right? If you think they don't deserve rights, do it. Cut their throat. Drink their blood. Have sex with a corpse. Whatever you feel is right, huh? If you don't care about animals, if you find any of those things wrong, then even the little bittiest of it should be wrong, shouldn't it? It's not like, oh, I'm going to draw the line here. This is good, this is bad. It's not. All of it is bad. Every single animal deserves to live. Every one of them has desires. Stop exploiting animals. Exactly. All of them deserve to live. Let's see. But it's based on faith, just like the vegan beliefs. No, vegan beliefs is not based on faith. Veganism is based on science. There he is. Yeah.
Yes.
Veganism is based on one. You don't need to exploit animals. You can thrive on a plant-based diet. So if you're thinking about a diet, we have science, evidence-based nutrition that you can thrive on a plant-based diet. And two, well, that just means that the exploitation is needless. And of course, the fact that animals are sentient, which we also have science for. So you just got to ask yourself, what is the morally significant difference between a human being and an animal that justifies the difference in treatment? And I'm pretty sure you're not going to find an answer to that question. But just go vegan. Stop it with this nonsense.
Cool.
That's it.
Feel free to carry on if you want.
No, that's it.
Seeing what comments
no
come
need
through.
to eat animals. Yeah, meat is good. Meat is good, but you know what? Let's do a little thing, everybody. You know, you're here, you're listening to this guy. You probably don't like him
Hey,
so much.
how you
That's
doing?
okay. That's fine. But let's do one thing from now on. When you say meat is good, when you say cheese is good, when you say eggs are good, I don't care that if you like the taste of these products. Just say animal exploitation for an optional product is good. Cutting throats of innocent animals is good. Being violent towards innocent, defenseless creatures is good. Because that's what you're defending, is violence, oppression, nothing more, nothing less. So don't be an oppressor. Don't be violent. I'm not violent. Are you guys violent? Come on. But isn't plants alive as well? Plants are not sentient. Plants are not an individual. Animals are very much an individual. When you see an animal, there's somebody behind those eyes, you know? There's somebody who thinks, who has emotions. Plants are not that way, so don't go that route. If you want to eat meat, eat your own leg. Exactly. Well said. And leave others alone. Lambretta knows what I'm talking about. If a wild animal can kill a cow for food and survival, why can't a human do it? So let me use your single logic. If a wild animal can ... for ... why can't a single human do it? So if a wild animal can commit rape for pleasure, why can't a human do it? If a wild animal can commit infanticide for pleasure, why can't a human do it? Come on, stop it with this. You see the nonsense in it. Imagine the nonsense. Imagine the nonsense.
The worst was when like I woke up and he was sitting in the
Alex, you want to go back?
Yes.
Sorry, I
yeah,
feel
no
like I'm
worries.
monopolizing.
All good. No, it's good. It's good having people on. I had a lot of other guests on today, so it's, yeah, it is awesome.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
always the same arguments, aren't there?
Yeah.
By the way, every single argument you have against veganism, you can just Google it and you'll see that there's an answer for it. That's how
Exactly.
original the
Use Google,
arguments
ChatGPT, everything's there.
are. Yeah.
Cool. No worries. And yeah, follow at that chip guy
Yeah.
on all social media. It's a brilliant activist.
I'm gonna go dance. You're gonna go dance?
Cool. Yeah. Do you want to be on? You wanna be on? Okay. Right. Yeah. So I might go live again. I'm not too sure, but please go onto the description in my video. Watch 3minutes.wtf. Everything I spoke about in this stream so far. Yeah, that will change your life. And yeah, follow my activism on alex.activism on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Thank you all for tuning in. Please again follow up. But don't just live sort of tune into this and be gone. Please drop messages to me. I'm happy to help with any genuine questions. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and see you on the next one.